I'm just finishing up replacing the spark plugs on this M113 engine, and I'm under the car here messing around with this belly pan. You might be thinking, what in the world does that have to do with spark plugs? Let me show you. Some of you are going to laugh because you say, oh yeah, that's happened to me. As much as you try, when you're pulling those plugs out, if you drop something, it's going to end up on this belly pan. So I'm missing a socket, and I bet you it's hiding up in here. And try as you might with a magnet or a flashlight, you're never going to find it. Let's see if this is going to fall out. Okay, shake. No, not there. All right, where is it? Oh, look, it's right here. There's my special socket right there and extension. So the moral of the story is you might want to be careful that you don't drop something while you're pulling and replacing the plugs, or as a preventative measure, just get under the car and pull the belly pan and let everything fall on the floor. Now, I'm going to share with you a couple tips. I thought about this, but there are a couple tips I can share with you about changing plugs, and one of them has to do with how to prevent dropping stuff down into that belly pan. Here are the spark plugs that I pulled out of this E500. I've done a couple of videos on spark plug replacement. A full detailed instructional video comes with my kit, so I'm not going to go over that in this video, but there's a couple things I want to share with you. And the first is how to prevent dropping things down into that belly pan when you're doing this job. I want to show you the special spark plug socket assembly that I sell on my website. It gives you multiple combinations. With this 5/8 inch socket, you can go straight on with a 3/8 extension. This rubber piece helps you turn the spark plug in or out, and if you want to, you can add a wobble extension, which will give you a little bit of an angle like this. And that helps, like, particularly back towards the rear of the engine when you're getting those plugs out. And the spark plug socket itself has a rubber insert right there. You can see it. And the purpose of that rubber insert is to hold the spark plug in and keep it from dropping when you pull the spark plug out. That's the purpose. And I don't use spark plug sockets to install spark plugs. But when you pull it out, this will keep it from dropping down in the belly pan. Sometimes when you try to remove the socket from the plug, you're going to end up pulling the extension out, and the socket's going to be stuck down in that hole, and it's a little bit hard to get to. And if you yank on it too hard, sometimes the socket comes out and falls down in the belly pan. So what I do when I'm pulling the plugs is I remove the rubber insert right here. You can just get a pick tool. We're going to pull the rubber insert out. Now the plug slides easily in and out of the socket, but you're going to drop it. So if you try to take it all the way out with a socket and you try to lift it up, this is going to fall down in the belly pan. So what I recommend you do is run the plug out, probably 3/4 of the way until you feel it get real loose. Then take the plug off and use the special hose that I include in my kit. Shove the hose on the plug and then take the plug the rest of the way out by hand. And you will not drop the plug. Now this hose is included in this kit. Now this comes with my spark plug set. I have the hose, the brush, some other cleaning supplies. I also have some silicone dielectric grease for the ignition leads, and I have some anti-seize compound to put on the plugs. But when I'm installing the plugs, I never use a socket to get the plug started. I always use this hose, put it on the end of the plug, you set it down in there, and you can feel very easily, you can feel moving the plug back and forth until that first thread catches there, and you can get the plug all the way back in until it stops, pull the hose off, and then come back in and use a socket. So I hope you find that tip helpful. Otherwise, just go ahead and pull the belly pan like I showed you earlier. Now you notice, particularly on these three and maybe a few others, that these plug threads are filthy, absolutely filthy. And this is caused by oil and carbon over a long period of time. I suspect these plugs have been in the engine more than 100,000 miles because of the gap and the wear. And I believe that these plugs don't get changed because it's expensive to take it to a shop to do this job. So you want to do it yourself. Make sure it gets done right. And this is my case, by the way, for using anti-seize on spark plugs. You'll hear a lot of controversy about this. I think what the manufacturers finally said, don't use anti-seize on spark plugs, because people would get in here and just smear it all over. And then they'd put it in the engine, and the chemicals from the anti-seize would foul up or ruin your O2 sensor. If you don't use anti-seize at all, and these plugs sit in the engine for 10 years at 100,000 miles, this is what you're going to be faced with. And if you try to remove this, you can gall the threads in the cylinder heads. So I'm going to show you right now the trick I use to prevent that from happening. When we pull these plugs out of this M113 V8, every one of them came out hard. The 8 plugs on the right side all came out very hard. And we had to use this technique. I want to show you this technique. Do not force these plugs out of these cylinder heads. If they're super tight due to contaminants, usually oil and carbon that's built up on the threads, be careful. You gall the threads, you've got a big problem. And this is what happens. You get your socket in there and you break it loose like this, and it's really tight. So what I do is I crank it a little bit like that, and I stop, and then I bring it forward, and then I'll back it up again. And I'm going to go ahead and get the wrench over here, and I'm just going to work it a little bit, back and forward, and then I'll try to back it up so it's out maybe a couple threads. Okay, then I'm going to pull the socket out, and I'm going to use PB Blaster. If you don't have PB Blaster, you could use another spray lubricant. But Blaster works really well to wick down those threads. Okay. Once you feel it start to move, you may have to go back and forward a couple times here to get it loose. But once you'll start to feel it loosen up here, and then you can just go ahead Okay, now it's getting loose. All right, there we go. Now I'm home free on this one. And what I do to keep from dropping it down into the engine, I'll just pull the ratchet off now, pull the spark plug socket out, take my special hose that I include in my kit, and with this hose you can bring the plug out with no fear of dropping it down. Now take a look right there. Look at the amount of gunk that's in those threads, but look at the penetration. Isn't that amazing? Even though I only had the spark plug backed out about a thread or a thread and a half, that blaster went right down in there and lubricated all those threads so I could get this out of the engine without damaging the aluminum. So after seeing that, I think you can realize why I'm sold on anti-seize. But you only put a little bit, as I show in my instructions that come with the plugs. You take just a small amount of anti-seize and put it right in the center. You don't want it oozing out the front, you don't want it oozing out the back, but just a very small wipe of anti-seize right here in the center of the plug threads will keep this scenario from happening the next time you pull these plugs out 5 to 6 years from now. If you're interested in my plug kit, it comes with either 12 or 16 plugs based on whether you have an M112 or M113 engine. I do have this special spark plug setup available separately, and I also have this tool here which will help you remove the ignition leads once you pull the coil packs off. Well, that wraps it up on new plugs on this engine. Of course, I still have to install the coil packs in the ignition wires. But this is a job you should consider doing yourself. You're going to save $300 or $400, and you're going to know that it's done right. And I'm sure I said this before, this is one of those top 5 neglected things on these M112 and M113 engines because it's so expensive and it's a little bit time consuming if you do it yourself. But it's actually kind of enjoyable, especially if you have the right tools, and I have the right tools on my website. I include the spark plugs with extra supplies and a complete video on how to do this yourself. So don't be afraid to change the plugs in your own M112 or M113 engine. Just follow the links in the show more below this video, or you can go to my website and just put M112 or M113 in the search box. And it will take you to all the kits I have for these engines.